Recorded live from the heart of the Bakken, it's the Williston Works Podcast.
Welcome to the Williston Works Podcast, brought to you by the City of Williston, North Dakota. Williston Works brings you in-depth discussions with the entrepreneurs, small business owners, and investors who are getting it done in Western North Dakota. I'm your host, Sean Waco, Executive Director of the Williston Economic Development Office, and today we have Dana Johnson. She is the owner of Little Muddy Gifts down on Main Street.
Yes.
It's great to have you on the podcast today, Dana.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit. Now, you're a native of Williston, correct?
Yes.
Okay, lifelong native?
Yes, really pretty much. Grew up in Williston, graduated from high school here. At that time, Williston was not in a boom. And, the idea was get out of this town. There's not a whole lot changing. And so went to college in Iowa, met my husband from Minnesota, and continued to live in the Midwest for a few years, and then found out we were going to have a family and decided to move back to be near family.
Yep, come back home. That's the great change we've seen with Williston. Because that was the same with myself. I was born and raised. I moved away. Wasn't a lot of opportunity to bring you back.
Right.
And now what we're seeing is there's the opportunity there. So if somebody wants to come back, you graduate, you get out, you kind of experience the world a little bit. But if you want to come back, your home base is here, and there's opportunity. There's good jobs. There's entrepreneurial opportunities.
A ton.
So it's great. So so tell us a little bit about Little Muddy Gifts.
Sure.
What does it offer?
Yep. So Little Muddy Gifts is a variety retail gift shop. We offer a little bit of everything, which is kind of nice. I would say some of our most popular items is our baby gifts. We have a variety of gifts for babies. Also, the things that do really well are our Williston and North Dakota themed items. But then we have everything from kids' toys and women's handbags, jewelry, lotion. So just a wide variety to offer another retail option in Williston.
So the idea behind Little Muddy Gifts, how did it start?
So I actually managed the hospital gift shop for a number of years here in town.
Yeah.
And that's one of the places where I got my retail experience. But then I worked in a couple other industries and realized that I missed being in retail. I love the interaction with customers, and we had been through the boom, and I saw that that was one thing that was still lacking a little bit is additional options for retail. And so I took some of that experience from the hospital gift shop and just kind of started to brainstorm ideas. Some of the products that I especially liked, some of the other things that I wanted to bring in, maybe some more of the handmade gift items. And then I wanted to give it a local feel. So that's where the name Little Muddy comes from, is the Little Muddy River on the east side of town that goes into the Missouri. And that's a little bit where it was born.
Well, and that's what's neat about, what you're doing is we talk about Williston, and you're seeing more families come to the area now. And the demand for Little Muddy Gifts, something like that shows that there's families who buy baby gifts, women's handbags, things like that. It's just not all, I think some people still get the perception it's all just male oil workers here, and it's not. There's a huge transformation.
Not at all. Yeah. A huge variety of customers, everything from young moms, even our teenagers, college kids, to the grandmas, or even the families that are coming to visit some of those oil workers in town as well.
Sure. Did you know when you were looking for a space for Little Muddy, did you know it needed to be downtown?
Yes, that is definitely the feel that I wanted for the gift shop and the atmosphere to be in. I did, of course, some research, read some books, and just like buying a house, location for retail as well.
Yep, so, absolutely. What was that process like when you started looking? Okay, you want to start this business, and I believe you went and talked to the Small Business Development Center, started working some numbers, putting things together. Exactly. Kind of walk us through that process.
Sure.
When you started from point to here's the idea, I'm opening the door.
So, like I said, I probably purchased a couple books initially just because I didn't know when it came to the numbers and what I needed to actually get that business up and running. I wasn't exactly sure how much square footage, different things like that. Yes, visited with you and Keith from Small Business to get an idea of if this would be a viable business within Williston. And because I'm not a huge risk taker, and so also visited with my husband and my family to see if they would kind of support me in this adventure as well. And once I got the backing from them and you guys here in the office, that's when I started to really look at where I wanted to be, and whether I was going to rent or whether I was going to buy. Those options were both out there. I didn't know, again, totally financially what was available to me, but it doesn't cost anything to go and look at the spaces, and so that's really where I started. Contacted a couple of realtors to let them know I was looking for spaces, walked through a few as well. And then what was nice is that those realtors knew that I was looking for something. And so when something opened up in the space I was looking for, they gave me a call and walked through it, ended up renting, and that's where I'm at. I'm leasing right now on Broadway. And it just was a perfect fit.
Now, when you worked with the Small Business Development Center,
Yep.
I believe we did the Star Fund program. We did
Yes.
did we do the Flex Space program?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. The interest buy down. So
Okay.
that was...
And again, I mean, that's a great program that we utilize. I mean, we partner with the Bank of North Dakota and your local lender, and it helps buy down the interest rate of your loan. And
Yep.
it really helps with a lot of business startups because you start up with a lot of debt,
Yep.
and it's just kind of the way it is.
Exactly.
I tell people with small business development, if you're going to come in and start something, be prepared because that front end is going to take a lot of work. You really got to watch your pennies.
Yep.
Because you're gonna have a lot of debt off the front end, and if you make it through that, what I say about the 3-year window.
Yep.
That's kind of me. But if you get past there, you've started to pay down some debt, and by then your chance of success is very, very
Yeah.
good. So,
Yep.
but obviously you don't have that challenge because it's tremendously busy.
Yeah.
I have to ask you, is there any? What's the future of Little Muddy Gifts? Is there any plans, or are we happy with where it's at?
I mean, we're happy with where we're at, but I definitely, my wheels are always turning when it comes to ideas, and
Entrepreneurial spirit.
Yes, yes, I guess so. And so it's really trying to come up with what idea is going to be the best fit for Little Muddy Gifts. The location where I'm at, I just, the idea of moving anywhere isn't in the cards for me at this point, just because I really enjoy where I'm at. Downtown is continuing to evolve, and I want to be a part of that as well. But is there ideas of going online? Absolutely. Is there ideas of adding maybe a different kind of option at Little Muddy Gifts? There are ideas. And so it's just trying to figure out when is the right time, how to go about it to make it successful as well. So.
Oh, yeah. Rightfully so. I mean, and it's great because everybody, that's what I love about the entrepreneurial spirit again, is everybody's always got great ideas and the wheels are turning, and that's how you build success in this community. Yeah. And that's one thing about this community is the opportunity is here. So I wanted to add a quick clip, because you won, was it 2 years ago, you won Women-Owned Business of the Year with the Small Business Development Center Williston Economic Development Awards Banquet. We got a clip of your acceptance speech. I just want to play just a few seconds of that. So let's listen to that.
Okay. Never would have thought that I would have owned a business growing up in Williston, but I don't think I could do it any other place than here. I was trying to think about what to say, and I considered it similar to kind of the cliche saying of it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a strong community to have a strong running business. Everything from a supportive husband and family and friends, who are of course also the best customers, to the bank, to the Small Business Development Center, to economic development, to great employees, everything from insurance and all that kind of stuff that it involves. So thank you so much, and continue to shop in Williston. Great things are happening. So.
Again, that was such a great night, and that awards banquet is so much fun for Keith and I, because it's just every year we just say the winners are just they're so excited to win, but they deserve it because you guys have done such a good job. So again, that was congratulations for Women-Owned Business of the Year a couple of years ago there and there. So if you were to add one piece of advice, so I've got investors, developers, entrepreneurs, they're watching this, they're listening to this out there, and they want to dip their toe into Williston. What's the one piece of advice you would offer?
I would say go for it. I think Williston is the time and the place to have a successful business. I think there's a lot of just industries that haven't been tapped into that there isn't competition for, and that healthy competition, I think, is what will continue to make Williston successful and the businesses surrounding it successful as well.
Yeah,
So
I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah.
I mean, again, we're seeing a lot of young people come into this community. We're building a lot of diversification into this community, and with that comes things, and there comes businesses that people demand and people want for services, and it's coming. It's probably slower than what a lot of people like, but it's going to come and it's going to happen. So, Dana, thank you so much. If you want to, if people want to know more about Little Muddy Gifts, where can they find more information?
I would say probably the best place to follow us is Facebook and Instagram. We are constantly updating our information there. We receive messages through that and respond most quickly through that as well. So.
Great.
Yeah.
Dana, thank you so much for being on the
you.
podcast. Again, thanks for listening to the Williston Works podcast. This is brought to you by the City of Williston. If you're a developer, business owner, entrepreneur, or site selector, and you would like to learn more about the opportunities in Williston, give us a call and we'll help you make it happen. Like and subscribe for more podcasts, and to learn more about Williston, visit willistondevelopment.com. I'm Sean Wenko, Executive Director of the Williston Economic Development Office. We will see you next time.